Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Noralia Mashanna and I would like to present the case 1 for case study professional ethics and problem case audit 2. In this situation, all staff work from the firm's office. A junior member of staff has just returned to work after taking special leave to care for her elderly mother. For financial reasons, she needs to work full-time. She has been having difficulties with her mother's home care arrangement, causing her to miss several team meetings which usually take place at the beginning of the day and to leave work early. She is very competent in her work, but her absence are putting pressure on her and her overworked colleagues. I am her manager and I am aware that the flow of work through the practice is coming under pressure. One of her male colleagues is beginning to make inappropriate comments such as a woman's place is in the home and is undermining her at every opportunity, putting her under even greater stress. First, I will explain about the description of the ethical problem. The main ethical issue in this case involves workplace discrimination and fairness. A junior staff member has returned from leave to care for her elderly mother and is struggling to balance her personal responsibilities with work. Her frequent absence and early departure have caused pressure on her team. The problem becomes worse when a male colleague makes sexist comments like a woman's place is in the home, which is disrespectful and unethical. As her manager, I am facing a dilemma. Whether to maintain team performance while also protecting my staff well-being and ensuring a professional environment. Now, I will explain about the affected parties in this case. Several parties are affected by this ethical problem. Firstly, the junior staff member is clearly the most affected individual. She is struggling to manage her personal responsibilities while maintaining her professional performance, and the negative comments from her colleague are further harming her confidence and emotional well-being. Secondly, the male colleague who is making inappropriate remarks is also an affected party as his action reflect poor ethical standard and could lead to the disciplinary consequences. Next, the manager plays a crucial role in this situation. As a leader, I am responsible for addressing both the employees' welfare and the team's performance while ensuring the workplace ethics are upheld. The other team members are also indirectly affected because the uneven workload and tense atmosphere can reduce morale and teamwork. Finally, the organization itself is impacted because such incident can damage its reputation, reduce employee engagement, and raise questions about whether the firm upholds professional ethics and equality in the workplace. Next, the evaluation of possible solution. One possible solution is to offer the junior staff member flexible working hours or remote work options. This will allow her to manage her caregiving duties while still contributing effectively to the firm. It shows compassion and understanding from management, which can increase employee loyalty and motivation. However, it may also affect team communication and reduce her participation in meetings, which are important for coordination and performance. Another solution is to address the inappropriate behavior of the male colleague through counseling, formal warning, or mandatory workplace ethics training. This approach reinforces professional and respectful culture within the organization. It demonstrates that discriminatory behavior will not be tolerated and promotes equality and integrity. However, disciplinary action could potentially cause tension within the team if not handled tactfully. A third solution would be to redistribute the workload temporarily among team members or hire a part-time assistant to reduce pressure on both the junior staff and her colleagues. While this may help balance responsibilities, it could also create dissatisfaction among other team members who feel overburdened or may strain company resources. From the possible solution and evaluation, I would like to choose the best solution and justification. After evaluating all possible solutions, the most effective approach would be to combine flexibility for the junior staff member with disciplinary action within the male colleague. Providing flexibility such as adjusted working hours or hybrid arrangement would show care and understanding toward her personal circumstances. At the same time, addressing the male colleague's inappropriate behavior through counseling or formal warning ensures that professionalism and respect are maintained. This combined approach reflects by the MIA bylaws principle, especially integrity, objectivity, professional behavior, and respect for others. By taking both compassionate and firm actions, IM promotes a healthy and ethical work culture where all employees feel supported and valued. Now, I will explain about the ethical principle related to this case. First, integrity. I must act with honesty and fairness, ensuring that all employees are treated with respect and that no discrimination is tolerated. The male colleague's behavior violates integrity because his comments are disrespectful and discriminatory. Second, objectivity. I must remain neutral when making decisions and not let personal bias or emotion influence judgment. This includes being fair to both junior staff members and her colleagues without favoritism. Third, confidentiality. I should keep all discussion about the staff member personal and family matters private, maintaining trust and professionalism within the workplace. Fourth, professional competence and due care. I must handle the situation with care, skill, and sensitivity to ensure that decisions made are in the best interest of the employee and the organization. Proper planning and communication can help balance workload effectively. And lastly, professional behavior. All employees must act respectfully and in line with the organization's ethical standards. The male colleague's sexist remarks clearly violates this principle, as such behavior is unprofessional and unacceptable in the workplace environment. Next, the audit traits related to the case. First, familiarity traits. These traits happen when the manager gets too emotionally close or sympathetic toward the junior staff because she is going through a hard time caring for her mother. The manager might find it difficult to stay objective. For example, I feel pity for her and avoids bringing up her frequent absences, even though it is affecting the team's performance. Second, the intimidation trait. This trait occurs when someone feels pressured or afraid to act ethically because of other people's reaction. For example, I might feel scared to speak up because the male colleague is outspoken and other team members might side with him, making me hesitant to take firm action. Third, advocacy trait. This trait happens when the manager defends someone too much until it clouds their judgment. They become biased because they want to help or protect that person. For example, me keep supporting the junior staff and making excuses for her absences without realizing that other teammates are starting to feel overworked and frustrated. Fourth, self-interest trait. This trait arises when the manager prioritizes personal comfort or image instead of doing the right thing. It is about choosing what is easy rather than what is ethical. For example, I decide not to take action against the male colleague's sexist remark just to avoid conflict or tension in the team. Finally, self-review trait. This trait happens when someone has to review their own previous decisions, which makes it hard to be honest and critical. For example, since I am the one who approved flexible hours for the junior staff, he now feels awkward to question her absences because it would mean admitting his earlier decision might not be working well. From the overall review of this case, I would like to conclude that this case teaches that ethical leadership is not just about the following rules, but it is about treating people with fairness, respect, and empathy. By applying professional ethics and being aware of potential audit traits, I can make decisions that are both morally right and beneficial to the organization. A fair and understanding approach not only solves the current problem, but also builds trust and strengthens the organization values in the long term. That's all from me. Thank you for your consideration.